Before I even get into this video, let's take a moment to just turn your awareness in and realize that you're watching this video and that you're here right now. Do you feel that being, that person, that soul, that self? Do you feel that feeling of existing right now, of I am? They have a whole story and all these thoughts and all these desires, and something compelled them to click on this video, and something may compel them to click out of this video. And they have these desires and dreams and goals and plans and hardships and pain and sadness and grief and confusion and fear, all of it. Do you feel that being right now? You know, you? Do you feel him or her? That's who you're here to be. That's who you're here to be, is you. As authentically and powerfully and without shame as you possibly can. We're here to be who we are. Now, how do you be who you are? The fun part is you can't not be. You can't not be. But you can stress yourself out the whole ride through life in trying to be something that you're not. In trying to squeeze yourself and mold yourself into this thing that you're not. Whether that's because of your own model of feeling inadequate or trying to impress and fit in with others, or you feel whatever it is. We all stress ourselves in trying to hide ourselves or pretend our way into this or that. But you know who you are, man. You know what you are. You know how you feel. You know what you want to do. If you're in pain, that pain is where you're at. If you're happy as hell, be happy as hell. Don't dim that light. If you're angry as hell, you're angry as hell. You're angry as hell. You're you, man. You're you. You're what you are. Don't we micromanage our very existence to the point where it like burns us out. We get so disgusted with how we are and how the world is and how others are and the way everything, because we're trying to, we want it all to be a certain way. We want it to be different than how it is, you know? But what we're here to do is to be who we are. You know? Turn back into that being that you are. They have stuff they want to do. They have ways that they feel right now. You know? Honor that. Honor yourself. Love yourself. Look, next time you walk by the mirror, maybe even go do it right now. Pause this video. Go look in the mirror and say, God damn, I'm in this thing. Like, this is who I am. This is who I get to be this round. You know? Look at yourself. Look at how you're this animated, happening thing. You know? Look in your own eyes. Be like, whoa, what the hell's even going on here? You know that feeling of how you're still you. You've always been you. There's just everything's changing around you. It's like the eye of the hurricane, man. The way I often word it to myself is I am that being that was laying in that crib trying to fall asleep, who was scared of his own heartbeat up against the pillow because it sounded like an army marching towards him. I am that being right now. Right now. That's a funny story, isn't it? I am what I've always been. And I look in the mirror and I'm like, wow, I look different now. Damn, I got a beard, my hair's long as hell, you know, and I got fucking earrings, and like, what the hell's going on here? Who's doing all this? You can't not be you, man. You can't not be you. But what we can do is we can give ourselves a break in hating on ourselves and watering ourselves down, dimming our own light, and trying to impress others, or disempowering ourselves by thinking, I am only enough when somebody else tells me I'm enough. I am only worthy when someone else says, boy, you're worthy, I love you. You're beautiful. You're funny. You're interesting. And suddenly, when we've disempowered ourselves and we've put the seat of our satisfaction in the hands of other people who are probably doing the same thing, then they tell us what we want to hear. They give us that hit, and we go, there we go. I am enough. Okay, all right. And then it wears off, man. It's like a drug. Because people come and go, situations and circumstances ebb and flow and come and go. And if the people that are coming and going, and the situations and circumstances that are ebbing and flowing and coming and going, and your very life that's passing you by, if that's where you source your happiness, your joy, your peace from, your love from, you're at a crazy deficit. And it's probably grounds for a lot of anxiety, a lot of sadness, a lot of pain, a lot of anger, because you're waiting on the world to make you happy. You're the one that's here the whole time, man. So don't invest so much time in trying to get the outside to do what you want it to do so you can then be happy. Take the time that you can to love you, to work on seeing why you're beautiful, why you're perfect, what areas could use a little bit of polishing, what you could be better at, what you could work on. Be honest. I don't know if I said it, but take inventory. Look in. Be there with you. Don't wait for Jimmy to tell you you're awesome. Don't wait for Becky to tell you you're hot. Don't wait for that job to potentially hire you to then be happy. We are sovereign beings here in this life. We're here right now. That being that I keep pointing you to. Take notice again. Here we are. That being that you are. Your thing. That's where your power is at. That's where your power is at. This thing is not only where your power is at. You're not only where your power is at, but you are also your own worst enemy. You're the one that's putting your peace and satisfaction out beyond your own reach. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe if they say that. Maybe if that happens. Once this happens, then I'll be, if only they would. We do that. We configure ourselves and our minds and our desires in such a way that we put ourselves at an absolute deficit. We deprive ourselves of the very thing that we can grant ourselves. Let's say, for example, you apply for a job and you have an interview and you have that interview and you're really excited and really hoping that you get that job, you land that position. And then they turn you down. So you go home and your initial reaction is, man, oh my God, and you're sad and you're distraught and you're angry and you're upset and you feel like you weren't good enough and I shouldn't have hoped for it and now I'm let down and all this stuff. And then you have this flip emotion of, I didn't need that job. I didn't need that job. I wasn't meant to be there. That's why they turned me down, because I'm meant to be elsewhere in life. you know? And what composes that state is a whole different range of emotions. And then, a few days goes on and you end up landing an even better job. And you start thinking to yourself, oh my God, if I had got hired at that first job, I wouldn't have landed this job here now. If they hadn't turned me down at that interview, I wouldn't be at this job now, which is what I really want. And now you have this whole different configuration of feelings and emotions around that job that turned you down. All that happened, objectively, physically speaking, is that you got interviewed and they didn't hire you. But within you was this whole storm of emotions, ranging from complete anger and pain and rejection and feeling like you're not good enough and hopelessness, to joy and bliss and humor and love and gratefulness and appreciation. All of that happens within you, man. All of that's happening within you. That job turning you down didn't plant anger in you. It didn't plant being let down within you. That's you. You did that to you. You did that to you. And then getting happy at landing that other position and being glad you didn't get that job that you thought you wanted. That new job, that new position that you just got, they didn't give you that happiness. You did that to you. We are the factory where it all goes down. The greatest thing that we can do for ourselves is to, bit by bit by bit, learn how to be self-sufficient. This doesn't mean retracting ourselves from engagement with the world or letting go of our desires, but it's about learning how to go with the flow. It's about learning that you can be happy. You can be okay. If you work on yourself and you're honest with yourself and you do what you know you should be doing in order to work on yourself, you know you're a beautiful person. You know you're an amazing person. You don't earn love. You don't earn value. You don't earn acceptance. You don't earn worth from the outside. You let yourself be in love. You let yourself feel worthy. You let yourself feel accepted and okay for who you are and what you are. You let yourself be valued. You do it for you. You know? Don't wait for the outside to do it to you or for you. I don't know if I mentioned it in this video, but let's talk in the context of a relationship for a moment. If I come at a if me and you come at a relationship where I don't have it and I'm hoping that you'll give it to me, and you don't have it and you're hoping I'll give it to you, what are we offering each other? What we're offering each other is our own insecurity, our own feeling of lack, our own deficit of feeling whole within ourselves. We're essentially saying, hey, can we use each other to be happy? It's even more one-laned than that. And really the intention is, hey, can you stay with me and not leave me so that I can use you to feel loved and beautiful and like I'm enough? Please don't leave, because I need you. You know? I need you. I need someone. I need something to make me feel complete. If we're both coming at a relationship in that way, we have nothing to offer each other other than being sort of these empty crutches for each other's own insecurity and lack of value. This is just an example speaking in the context of a relationship. You know? It's the same thing with drug addiction. You do a drug and it makes you feel a certain way. You want to feel that way. You want to feel good, man. It makes you feel good. So you keep doing the drug. You keep doing the drug. You keep doing the drug. It's completely elementary. You get addicted to the drug because you're addicted to the feeling. And you're addicted to the feeling because you want to be okay. But you don't know how to be okay. That's the kicker right there. We don't know how to be okay. We're not letting ourselves be okay. We haven't figured out how to learn how to be okay inside with ourselves, aside from what the world is doing. We need a drug. We need a person. We need a certain number in our bank account. We need to live a certain place. We need a certain job. We need a certain car. We need certain clothes. We need people to appreciate us. You know, whatever it is, we need so much from the outside. But we so very seldom pay attention to what's inside. We so little pay attention to who needs all this stuff. Why can't I be okay with me? Why do I need someone to tell me I'm beautiful? Why do I need to be rich and famous? Do I really need that Porsche? Do I really gotta be iced out? You know what I mean? Dripping? Why do I need that? If you want a Porsche and you want to get iced out and wear whatever you want and you want to be rich and famous, and if what matters is where you're coming from, being iced out because you don't feel happy inside, that's not cool. That's a cover-up. That's a cover-up. Getting a Porsche because you don't feel like you're good enough, cover-up. Getting in a relationship because you don't feel like you're good enough, cover-up. Doing drugs because you don't feel like you're happy inside, cover-up. If you want to get in a relationship or do drugs or have a Porsche or wear whatever clothes you want to do or get rich and famous or live wherever you want, when you're doing that from a place of celebration and exploration, all it does, it feeds more love into the system. You know what I mean? It's feeding your love and your abundance and your light and your satisfaction into it, you know? Maybe take out the drugs part I mentioned there. Don't, you know. It's all about what you want, where you're coming from. You know what I mean? Turn back into that being that is just here right now. Where are they at? What level are they operating on? Why are they doing what they're doing? Why are they thinking what they're thinking? Why do they feel like they don't have the keys within them? It's really the point I'm trying to make here is you can do it. You can do it. It's in you. It's in you. If you wrong people and hurt people and you feel guilty, that's stuff to work on. That's as Ram Dass puts it, grist for the mill of awakening. Don't do that anymore. Don't look at why you hurt that person. Look at why you did what you did, Look, like I said, take inventory. Look in. Sit with that being that is. Focus on yourself in a healthy way for a minute. You're allowed. You're allowed. And you're allowed to be happy. You're allowed to be beautiful. You're allowed to be enough. That allowed part that I keep adding in there is because there's this barrier, there's this wall we've created in our minds that keeps us separate from the fact that we are beautiful, enough, happy, in love. The reason I'm giving you the reminder that you're allowed to be those things is because we're all kind of in this boat where we feel like we can't. We're not able to. We're not worthy enough. We need to earn it. We need to find it. It's outside of us. But it's not. Going back to the job analogy, all those feelings, all those emotions, all those states of being happen in you. You've just put the conditions, the triggers for those certain states of being in the hands of the external world. So you're just kind of this Autobot that is manipulated by the world. And it's all because you're not taking the initiative to take inventory and check in on what's triggering you to feel certain ways. This is what self-help and self-healing and finding yourself and working on yourself and healing yourself, that's what it's all about, man. It's about you. It's about you. You and you. Just a one-on-one. You and you. You look in and you say, why? Why do you care about that? Why do you want that? Why do you feel like that's what you need? Is that really what I need? Why do I feel like I'm not enough? Why do I feel like I'm not beautiful? It's a conversation between you and yourself. Whether you sit down to do that, or you go on a walk, or you're at work, just kind of marinating in that reflection. Just start to be with you. Start to be with you. We're innately beautiful people, beautiful beings. We're just there's some dust on the mirror. We need to grease our gears a little bit to get it all turning again, to get it all flowing again. Yeah. Turn back in on that being. If you're still here, be with the one that's watching this video for a minute. And just give them some love. Give them some love. Thank you. And I'll see you all later.